Hello YouTubers. This is a first for me. I've never exactly done a product review, but I decided I quite enjoy this product and I feel I would like to voice my opinion on it. And that product, if you haven't guessed by the title already, which I'm sure you all have, is the Victorinox Pioneer. Now, I realize my camera is awful, so please bear with me. I am trying to get my hands on a better camera, but this is all I have to work with. I am a poor college student. Now, I like to say that I'm pretty new to the knife world, so my knowledge on knives and all about it is still quite new. My collection is also quite small as of now. I mean, prior to even getting into knives, the only thing I really carried was what is now probably a 20-year-old Taurus. I mean, it's almost as old as I am. My dad got it for me when I was got it when he was 1, and he gave it to me a couple years ago. That's all I ever had. I mean, sure, I had an odd classic, but I never was into knives. But I started recently getting into knives, and I picked up a Benchmade, but I just got drawn back to Swiss Army knives, and this was the first Swiss Army knife that I ended up buying with my own money that I had earned from my summer internship. So it's the first thing I can say. It's mine, the first Victorinox that I've ever bought, and by God, it's a good one. Comes in the usual standard Victorinox silver gray plastic cardboard box. Instructions, all nice. I have been EDCing this knife for about a week, and it has performed admirably in that role. I pretty much stopped carrying this altogether and retiring it as just, a collecting thing. First thing I noticed, it's nice. I've never had a 91mm knife, let alone an Alox knife, so holding one the first time just felt nice. Everything, the logo felt like it just feels like it's really in there. There's a great amount of weight. It just feels like a solid piece of metal that isn't going to break on you anytime soon. Definitely high fit and finish. And for 25 bucks, I'm impressed. That's what I got it off eBay from. As you can tell, this is the red version of the Victorinox Pioneer. Pretty standard knife. The civilian version of this soldier, which I have on the way in the mail. I love this knife so much I had to have his counterpart, and if I had actually enough cash, I'd probably buy a second one of this just as a collector's item. As also you can see, this is not the older red Alox knife, which used to have just a cross and not the actual shield part. I couldn't find one of those, and they were, at least for a reasonable price, and I thought, you know what, this looks, in my opinion, just as good for an EDC blade. But enough about chit chat, let's go to the actual stuff. Red Alox, really bright and shiny, my camera won't do it justice. Split ring, nothing special, most Swiss Army knives have it. Reamer. Yeah, I'm starting off with the other tools, I'll get to the blade eventually. This was actually really good. I punched a hole in one of my dad's leather belts. I had gone home for the weekend, but forgot my leather belt for my suit. Here, don't ask how, I just did. So he lent me one of his old, belts he never wears, but his waist is about 3-4 inches bigger than mine, so I punched a hole, so I could use it. And I'd say this definitely works better than the Celador models. I just find it punches a lot easier, and that might be due to the fact that this is an older one, but it just seems to go in with much more force. Great tool. Screwdriver. No, oh wait, no, this is the can opener. Pretty standard. I'm a college student. Comes in handy, but no different than any other Swiss Army knife. Now the screwdriver has a little halfway point lock. I really like that. You can either screw it like this or like that. That lovely snap. I have actually used a screwdriver to fix the screws on my residence chair. Works pretty well, but you can't expect much more. Bottle opener. Hey, it's pretty handy to open beers. It's a depressing time of the school year, so why not? But now the star of the show. The blade. You probably won't be able to see, but this says Victorinox Swiss made stainless. Pretty good. My other blade says says it in Swiss, the Victorinox Switzerland stainless rust free, and Officier Swiss. This one just says the Victorinox Swiss made stainless. That's the new stamp if I'm not mistaken. First thing I noticed was, compared to my 84mm Tourist, it is nice. It's thicker. That's always good. Feels solid in there. Wider belly and a bit longer. In other words, just better overall. And I don't have really any loss of control when I'm doing sort of fine work. And that edge, razor sharp. Everyone loves paper cut test. That was a poor cut, but I'm telling you, this thing just cuts like butter. No effort whatsoever. So, and I've already used this for about a week and not been like, not harsh on it, but pretty gentle, but usual open box, cut my mail open, just general EDC stuff, and it's still got a nice razor edge. I have to eventually find a way of sharpening these things effectively, but till then, I'm seeing pretty good. Overall, whoops, that wrong side. Overall, I think that's a great knife, a great buy, and anyone who is interested in Swiss Army knives, especially the Alox model, probably already has it, and if you don't, I highly recommend it. It's a great knife. And you know what? It's sheeple friendly. Living in Canada, if I pull my Benchmade out, my Benchmade 530, I'm probably going to get a lot of stares and probably arrested. This thing, no. So, great knife. Check it out. If you already have it, I mean, people who love these things have multiples, and if you're looking for a simple, cheap EDC, no, simple, inexpensive EDC, not cheap, great fit and finish, then you know what? Give this a look. It's really, really good. Thanks everyone. Hope this was an acceptable attempt at a first review, and hopefully when I get some of my later Swiss Army knives, I'll post some more reviews. Peace.